Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So we actually have some really incredible news here, and that is that Lucille seems to be returning to The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2. So yeah, I do want to get into some of that there and talk about, potential storylines, what this could mean. So before we go any further, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. In just 5 days from now, it seems like we're potentially going to be getting a new trailer. There's likely going to be a release date and yeah, a bunch of new information obviously coming out on the 25th. So very exciting. We're just 5 days away. So definitely make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my content, because there's going to be a lot to talk about here. But let's get into the first thing here that I wanted to talk about. So there's a couple of things here. So first of all, shout out to @TWU filming on Twitter, or X, I guess. Obviously very credible, but until they officially announce it or anything like that, I'll just say that, it could happen. But it looks like we're going to be getting a first look trailer for Dead City Season 2, and it's going to be released on Tuesday, February 24th. I believe that's the 25th. And yeah, it's going to be really incredible. Honestly, a first look trailer, I think that, I was expecting something like that. Obviously, I think the official trailer will be out like a month and a half before the release date. And so if the show's coming out early May, we'll probably get the official trailer a month from now. But a first look trailer, this is going to give us a lot of stuff. We're going to see a lot of, storylines. There's going to be quite a bit of reveals in there. And we're going to see a lot of new footage and everything. And obviously a lot of discussion about everything. So this is going to be really exciting. Honestly, this is something that they definitely need right now. Everyone sort of feels a lot better now about The Walking Dead because of, all this news here. And I think that on Tuesday, it's just going to get more exciting, right? And so, yeah, I'm really excited about this here. We also do have some other news as well, which is some of the directors. Lauren Cohen seems to be directing 2 episodes as well. Kim Coates is going to be in 5 episodes here of Dead City, which makes a lot of sense. I think that he's a villain. He's not going to be in every single episode, right? So it looks like he's going to be in the first episode potentially, and then a lot of the later episodes, which to me, that kind of makes a lot of sense. I do think that, obviously there's going to be a season 3, and I expect him to be a part of season 3. I don't think Bruegel's arc is going to end here in season 2. I think he'll be a big part of season 3. And so, I want to see where this is going to go. Right now, this is the beginning of a story, right? This is the start of something really incredible. And we saw in season 1, a lot of the potential to where they could go. Season 1 really was just a season of here's a spinoff of Maggie and Negan just going to New York City. And, it was a very small story, but it was just what we saw from the story at the very ending, where it was okay, so this can go in a lot of different directions. So let's see where this can go. And it looks like for season 2, it's going to be really going in a really interesting direction here. But what I do see here from @TWU filming on Twitter, and this is really exciting, and that is, it says exclusive, Hillary Burton Morgan will return as Lucille in an upcoming episode of Dead City Season 2. So if we're actually going to get Lucille back, that is honestly really incredible. I think if you're a fan of the episode Here's Negan, that was a really incredible episode. Honestly, when you go look back at the bonus episodes, that's the one episode there where it's it's not even really considered a bonus episode. You can kind of tell a little bit, but it doesn't really feel like that. It feels like a spin-off on its own. It really does feel like an incredible standalone story. And I'm excited to see what this means for the character. Obviously, when you're just looking at the trailer, it makes some sense, right? Because Negan is going to be getting his bat back, right? And so does he name the bat Lucille? I imagine at first it's just going to be something where he has the bat and maybe he doesn't want to call it Lucille, or maybe he's sort of forced to and he's just feeling bad about it. But at some point, obviously, there's going to be a flashback to something that happened beforehand. And maybe, obviously it's going to connect with the story in some way. And so I'm interested in seeing, where they go next. Maybe Negan just sort of accepts the fact that, yeah, you know what, I named this bat, Lucille, but I did it to survive. And it actually means a lot more to me than I was thinking, because ever since I stopped doing that, I lost a lot of who I was and whatnot, right? And so maybe he just has this connection to this bat again. Or maybe, after doing all of that, it's just a scene where he's reminded of the fact that, yeah, you know what, he can't be doing this. But I have a feeling that because they're bringing the bat back, they're not going to get rid of it right away, because you only really have, a few opportunities to do things like this. They're bringing the bat back again, like, you don't want to get rid of it right away, because I feel like bringing it back again after that, because you want to have a really cool scene happen, would just be a little ridiculous, right? And so I think that Lucille's going to be around for quite a while. I think for a couple of seasons before something happens to it, if they even really ever get rid of it. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think it takes away from anything that happened in Here's Negan. Anything that happened, in the very final episodes of the season. I've seen a lot of those arguments out there, but honestly, I just really disagree with that. Like, a lot of things can happen, right? Like, it's not going to be so straightforward. Like, okay, he started to feel bad, this and that, and then the bat broke, and then he started to feel the loss of his wife, and, he was reminded of all those feelings of when she died, like, years ago. And a lot of that, happened, but ever since then, the character, like, it's been years and years since then, right? Like, a lot of years. And so I think that the character has just changed a little bit now. And also he's being forced to have Lucille right now, right? Like, the bat was just given to him. So we'll have to see where the story is. He's not going to be exactly who he was back in the day. He's not going to be, the old savior leader anymore. Like, I think he'll have to act like that sometimes. Obviously, we're going to see that because, like, those scenes are always so incredible and just amazing. But, like, I don't think he's going to be fully that character, because he's not anymore, right? Like, obviously, he's changed a lot. So I think you could have both. Like, I think both sides to that character are going to be there, because obviously he has to survive right now, right? And so he's sort of forced to do this. Like, if he doesn't, he could die, right? Like, it's possible that the Dama and the Croat just sort of put him in that situation. And, like, we don't know anything about Bruegel. And that's the thing that, like, we've heard a few things about him. Like, he's absolutely insane and crazy and, like, a really incredible villain. So I do imagine that, like, Negan is going to need the bat. Like, he's going to have to be able to lead. Like, it's going to be something that he really actually needs to do and has to do this season. So I think that, him bringing the bat back is really incredible. I just find it interesting that the actual Lucille is returning here. Like, honestly, in terms of a, like, flashback scene, like, I hope that it is something where maybe Negan is telling a story to Maggie, right, about his wife and everything. I think that would be really incredible, because in terms of getting a flashback, like, obviously it would be cool to see, like, anything. It's going to be something that obviously relates with the story or of whatever's happening in that episode or just in the season, but it would be kind of cool if he actually opened up to Maggie about his wife and everything, and, just sort of explained a lot of that, because I feel like Maggie needs to learn a little bit more. Like, the more that she learns about him, the more that, there's not so much hate there between the two. So, I think it would be really incredible to actually see a scene like that happen, where Negan is sort of explaining some stuff about his wife, and then maybe we get sort of a flashback, right? Like, the way they do it, honestly, I could totally see it being a thing where the episode just begins with a scene where we see Negan and Lucille, and I don't know what the, connection would be to the overall show, but just something is happening or whatever. It's a flashback, and then it cuts the current story, and then we see Negan just sort of thinking about that, and then something is happening or whatever. And then maybe there's, like, a connection to the overall theme of the episode, and then we'll see it sort of, play out through the episode, or else, like, at the end. Like, it kind of feels like if you're bringing back Lucille, obviously you're going to have her in, like, more than one scene, but we'll have to wait and see. Honestly, like, this news is absolutely incredible. Like, I really just cannot wait to actually see the season. I wonder if they'll reveal Lucille in the trailer or anything like that. Like, I could see them doing that, but maybe they'll just wait. I don't know. Again, like, this is not, like, officially confirmed or anything like that, but it seems like it's most likely going to happen here. And also, I guess I should correct, because I am seeing this right now. It seems like at TWU Filming on Twitter, or sorry, X, is actually correcting the fact that Lauren Cohen directed episode 2. It seems like she only directed episode 6. And so that's kind of what I actually thought. I thought she only directed one episode this season. So like that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I know it's been very quiet. For a lot of Walking Dead fans, it's been very, very quiet. There hasn't been a lot to talk about here, but we're actually going to be getting to the point here where there's going to be a lot to talk about. There's going to be a lot of new footage, and we're going to be getting the release date here. So yeah, really, really exciting. We just have to wait 5 more days here, but there might be a lot of information coming out over the next couple of days. And if there is, I will do a video breaking down everything here. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Definitely post your thoughts down below. I'm going to start working on the Q&A video. I'll probably record that later on today or early tomorrow. So if you do want to get your questions in for the Q&A, definitely go and join the Discord. The server name is Appetite for the Dead. The link for that should be in the description of this video. And also on Twitch, I'm going to be streaming a lot of the Walking Dead games and all of that this weekend. And so, yeah, stay tuned for that. I most likely will start that tomorrow night because it's Friday. So, yeah, I'll have a lot of free time tomorrow night. But yeah, I'm excited to play this first game. You know, I played the games like originally years ago, but I really only ever played the games like one time. Like that was it. And so, yeah, it's been a really, really long time. Like I honestly don't even really remember the first game story or the second game story. Like I think I remember some stuff of it. The third game I mostly remember, and then the fourth game, I mean, I guess I remember that mostly because I played that more recently, like when it came out anyways. And so, yeah, it'll be kind of fun to go back and like play those first games and all of that and just sort of see how I enjoy the games overall and how it compares, I guess, with the story and everything, with the show and everything. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Definitely post your thoughts down below and I'll see you in the next one.